Hey, obviously I'm not in the left seat of the Mighty Piper. This is not a video about flying, it's about video while I'm flying. Now I know there are thousands upon thousands of videos on YouTube of how to record your flights. This is not that video. This is camera replacement and some tips and tricks, maybe, I don't know. Oh, but another thing, I realize I don't put a lot of video on this channel. And most of my videos are dedicated to my woodworking channel, which is where I am right now in my workshop. Link in the description so you can watch some wood butchery at its worst, if you wish. Anyhow, so where are we at? For a decade, a little more than a decade, maybe less than a decade, I've been using these cameras to record my videos. This was the wing cam, and no, this was the wing cam, and this was the internal camera. Well, why did I pick these kind of unknown off the beaten path cameras? Well, let me show you some detail. So first and foremost, they shoot what I wanted to shoot in, which is 1080p 30. I don't go into 4K or anything like that because there's not a lot of 4K viewing, I think, on yet. I mean, people are watching videos on their phones, their tablets, maybe a laptop, not on a 4K TV set. Anyhow, first things first, they are water resistant. You can fly in the rain, but they have external batteries, and you can get this big fat battery here that can give me up to about 5 hours of video recording, and it has a water seal on the electrical connections. But one of the other cool things is the optics and the sensor can rotate 340 degrees inside the housing. So if you wind up putting the camera mounted kind of candy-wappa sideways, you can turn that till the arrow is up and you'll get the correct up and down orientation for your video. And like I said, this was the outside camera. It's working fine. Excuse me, this was the outside, brain fart. This was the outside camera. It has started to fail. This was the inside camera. That's going out on the wing now. I'm replacing my inside camera with a different one. Why am I not going to use these anymore? Well, they seem to be going out of business. They've got one camera on their Amazon store. All the other accessories are gone. There's nothing on their website, and you can't get a hold of their customer service, although their customer service on Drift was pretty bad to begin with. So that's the story of the previous cameras. Let's move on. So, going away, new wing cam. Put those aside. In my search for a replacement camera to go inside the airplane, I settled kind of on the Akaso Brave 7 LE. It seemed to fit the bill for what I wanted, had the features I wanted, had fair record time, so I bought two. And then I find out that they have a proprietary audio connection system for their cameras. You can use their lav mic or their wireless mic. People have adapted other wireless mics, but it's been a pain. First thing you need is these little adapters. Now the output on that particular camera for audio is a micro USB, and their microphone is USB-C, but they also sell one of these. It's a 3.5 millimeter TRS, I don't know. So I went to the airplane, I plugged all this stuff up, I used a variety of different connectors and things and stuff and tried every which way to Sunday, and I couldn't get any audio onto the camera. It just didn't work. So I gave up. By the way, in the airplane I use one of these connectors from NFlightCam. The headphones goes into the airplane, your headphones plug into here, and the audio source from the camera to the camera is this little pigtail. And I tried and used, and like I said, I adapted to that, didn't work. I sent those back. They received those a couple of days ago. In the interim, I went and did more research, and I bought a DJI Action 4 because of the reviews and the features and the fact that audio is very simple in these. Now this is going to be my new inside camera. What it's sitting on right now is a 1/2 inch by 3 by 3 inch piece of steel, which is nice and hefty, and it can sit up on the glare shield. And as long as I'm not in too horrible turbulence, it'll just sit there. Probably next to Grogu. Yeah, I have Grogu up on my instrument panel. Anyhow, this has got some interesting features. First and foremost, the touch screen on the back. By the way, this is not a review of the camera yet. I mean, this is just what I found so far. The touchscreen on the back is far more intuitive and easier to understand than the Akaso. The screen is larger, so it's easier to manipulate. Its connection point to a separate mount is very interesting. I thought I had one around here somewhere. Anyway, I can use this. So basically, bring it up to... Well, why don't I bring the camera down and we can see. First and foremost, the audio out of the camera is a USB-C connector right there. That's also the charging port, but it also has audio out. So, or audio in. Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry. The audio into the camera is a USB-C connection. Very simple. There's no adapters required. It just plugs in. The mounting system is kind of ingenious for most uses. There comes with these GoPro style mount here, and it has a magnetic mount with side clips. So when you plug it in, put it like that, you snap it in place, and it's really, really on there, pretty rigid. I don't think that's going to move. But I wanted a 1/4-20. They didn't really have one of these mounts built with a 1/4-20. So I went to K&F Concepts on Amazon. There'll be links for everything in the description. And I got their machined aluminum mount with bigger, easier to manipulate, but more robust connections. And that snaps right in place as well. And again, that's really on there. That isn't going to move, I don't think. Now, it doesn't really matter right now because this is going to be inside the airplane. But it will matter once this camera dies, which of course it will eventually, because these cameras die not really quickly, but a couple, 3 years, you got to replace them. They're cheap, so no more real cheap. But because I'm mounting one of these on the outside on the wing, and I'm flying at 95 to 115 knots on a good day, indicated. No, excuse me, 95 to 110 knots on a good day. You want the connection to be more solid, I think. I contacted DJI, do you have a speed limit on these when they're mounted outside of something? And they said they don't. So I'll build a strapping system that'll wrap around the camera and give that little extra added bit of protection so it'll stay on the airplane. Now, again, this has all the high video qualities I want, but I'm only going to record in 1080p 30 for the reasons aforementioned. And the same guys, NFlightCam, they are really good. They have the pigtail split connector for audio to the camera, and it's specifically for the DJI. And you just come over here and you plug that into the USB-C, and you're picking up audio from your airplane. We're going to test this. I'm going to go up to the airplane, take you with me, and we're going to test this to make sure it works as advertised. So that's basically it in a nutshell. These were great cameras, but like I said, they're going away. They're not going to be available anymore. These were like $120 and then down to $95. This was $249 on Amazon. Like I said, links in the description for everything. And so I guess the only thing left to do now is head up to the airplane. So let's go to the airplane, turn the master on. I don't have an avionics master switch. Turn the master on, do some talking and do some receiving of radio stuff and do a radio check and see if this works as advertised, or it works as it should for guys like you and me and people like us that want to fly airplanes and record our flights. See you at the plane. So I'm out of the Mighty Piper using iPhone cam to do the initial on this. So let me show you, turn this around and I'll show you the connection to the airplane. So as usual, you tie into the airplane as you normally would do. This is the cord going over to the camera, and this is where your headphones connect into the splitter, and then in turn into the airplane itself. And there's Grogu. There's the camera. That may not be the last place for the camera. So let's turn turn off the iPhone cam, and let's turn on the airplane and see what we get. Test. So radio's on. Everything's connected up. Hopefully I'm getting audio. So let's do a, let me get the radio. The Garmin has to be booted up before I can really do much, but let's do a weather check. This is going to be a broadcast that's coming into the
Potomac Airfield. Automated advisory. Wind variable from 220 through 310 at 3P12. Caution. Wind shear. Visibility better than 10 miles. Altimeter 3005. Density altitude 1,400. For runway, pilot's discretion.
Okay, that's the automated system we have on the base. It's a micro tower. So let's do a radio check now and see how that works.
Transmit radio check.
592 radio check. 592 radio check.
Power 10 to 10.
Okay, so that's the radio check, and now we'll see if we've actually got audio when we get back to the house. So when we package all this stuff up, we'll go back to the house and see what we got. I'd say that was a resounding success. It worked, and it was one connection. Boom! It just worked right out of the box. By the way, there's one little niggling point about the Akaso camera I found very annoying. There's a mount on the bottom of the Akaso that's a 1/4-20 insert, and it's off to the side. It's under here. But the door for the battery and the SD card are on the bottom. So if you want to take out the SD card to swap batteries, you have to demount the camera, do all that, and put the camera back on. This one, the door is on the side for the battery and for the SD card, so no problems. And this, by the way, if you didn't notice, this has a ball mount, so if I loosen up the screw, I can do just about anything I want with this, even sideways, like that, but I'm not going to do it. Success. So the next video, hopefully I'll be putting more videos up on this channel, will be me flying, of course, the Mighty Piper with the new camera and the old working camera out on the wing. I don't know if you guys have ever done this before, but those who have understand flying 2 to 3 or 4 hours and getting that much video and then trying to edit that down to 15 minutes maybe, or maybe 20 if it's good. Oh boy. Anyhow, until next time, fly safe.